we're good to go. Guess starting place would be to our tracker. We're silver 3. Let's
Yippee!
go. We're actually not too far then, huh? I think 0 RR maybe close, something like that.
Yeah, I I'm still bouncing back and forth, but
That's exciting
we'll
though.
get there. We'll get there.
How do you feel about silver 3?
I haven't been here long enough to form an opinion.
That's fair. Well, I was looking through the average match ranks though, and it went up. Did you
Yeah,
notice that?
I did notice because I've been keeping track. Because the last couple weeks it's been like all bronze, and
Mhm.
now they're mostly silver games, silver matches.
Have
So
you noticed
I
like
guess that's a good thing.
yeah, I think so. Your MMR is probably going up. Do you feel like the game is harder or is it kind of the same?
Honestly, it kind of feels the same.
Yeah. Okay. Everyone's trash. I gotcha. Okay. Okay. Well, that's at least a good sign. Maybe your MMR is improving. Has your RR gains changed at all?
Um, Actually, I keep track of it in the Notion. I don't think it's been that much different, but
Gotcha. MMR is
it's
extremely slow in these type of games, so I do feel that. I do feel that. Okay. Um, just to kind of pick up on last week, we really only spoke about attack. We were comparing the two games. We looked at one on the alt account and then one on the main account. And we kind of just noticed that on the alt account, your teammates were willing to go out and make space and doing all the stuff. Uh, and then the main account, your teammates weren't going out a little bit, weren't going out as quickly or were kind of getting stuck. So we made the
yeah.
priority to kind of shift over and being in the front, trying to be part of the SWAT team, like we got in big bold letters here, and picking a teammate and staying right behind them. By the end of the week, or I guess I should say after 1 week, how do you feel on that? Any progress at all?
I think I think it was super helpful to keep in mind and kind of just like make that my main focus. And I did message you privately about like I'm still having issues like being maybe in the wrong position, maybe being more easily in the line of sight when I don't mean to be. So still struggling a little bit with that, but I did rewatch lecture 1 from the dojo. Well, not all of it, just
Section. Yeah,
the
yeah.
contact and baiting. And that helped just to like refresh my memory on that because I was like, oh yeah, I should always be keeping this in mind, but
Right.
it just kind of gets lost.
Yeah, there's a lot to learn with this game, so it definitely makes sense. On the note of the focus of being part of the SWAT team, did you feel like that was the like an effective choice? Like, was it something that you could feel in terms of impact in the game? I guess.
A little bit. It really depended on the game though, because for some, it just felt like no one wanted to entry at all, and so
Hmm.
we were just always behind. Oh, we're getting raided. Hello, Sean Raiders.
Ooh,
Welcome in. We're doing Valorant coaching right now.
very nice, very nice. We are just starting. Um, okay, so you said it definitely depends on the game. And the games that it did kind of feel like it was useful for you, did you feel the impact like strongly, or is it just like a little bit?
No, I did feel an impact for sure. It was like it well, I'll say it made me feel like I had more impact
Yeah,
personally.
a bit
Yeah.
more agency. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. I guess the goal of this session would be then to see what that looks like. Maybe taking a quick look at maybe potentially this Crode game, just because we looked at Crode, or maybe even this one, 1311, quickly on the attack half, and then kind of just going from there. I think is a good play.
Was that my rank? I think that one was my rank up game.
Oh yeah,
So
this
that
one
might be.
here. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Pressure's on the line.
And I think that some of the people were together, right?
Let's
What
see.
because
Oh
their
yeah, you're
usernames
right.
have the BS, yeah. So
Yeah.
it felt a lot more like a team effort.
It's a bit more coordinated. Yeah, this one I also
Yeah.
had a trio queue. This one's all solo queue. This guy's having a rough one. Let's take a look. Let's see.
I think it's like the last game, yeah. I'm gonna ask.
Can I get?
Okay, we're on defense. I'm gonna jump over to attack real quick. Okay, I jumped way too far.
I should peek that.
Oh, here we go. Nice. Nice. Homies went. We were chilling. It's so funny because I remember the clip. You just walked into the ISO and he just insta-killed us. Then the chamber.
Yeah, now I'm like
I
scared
should
of this
peek that
angle.
aggressively. Like I should be up here.
It is a pretty scary angle.
Can you hear me when I put that down?
They can't hear that. Oh my god, people are so slow. But you're right next to this breach.
Yeah.
This is good.
Yeah, I went for the breach because he was being a lot more aggressive.
Gotcha. Okay, we did lose a little bit of spacing here as we were walking up. Like you were right next to the guy, and then the flash came in. It's like, oh my god.
Mhm.
And then we're kind of a bit further. But I don't expect you to see this in the game, but just to point it out in hindsight, all of left side's actually clear right now because your club's all the way walked up. So in this case, it would actually just be good to be super close. But if we didn't have left side, I think it is completely fine for you to be like maybe on this right side wall looking to the left. But I'm not too sure on the awareness level on that. But you speed up, oh nice, we're with the homie.
Oh my god.
And we do end up stalling a little bit to throw this molly. It's a good molly to throw in general, stop the flood, but we aren't being part of the SWAT team on this round here.
Yeah.
Oh, this poor breach.
I can't see shit. Got too many people in front of me.
A shot. But you're quick. One flank, one sight.
Phoenix.
One tap, one tap, one tap, one tap. One tap, one tap. Manifest it. Ah, didn't happen.
One enemy remaining.
Okay, nice.
Seconds left.
Okay, okay. Not super SWAT team-ish vibe this game, but also not too bad.
Just go here. No?
You're aware of your teammates' positioning, I think, and better in this game compared to the last week one.
Yeah.
Drop in a smoke.
I think I heard him like there.
I think you mini-mapped here too.
There.
Yeah, you did. W mini-map! Let's go!
Yahoo!
Let's go! You also moved your crosshair too. That's good. Okay. Definitely some progress on that front. We're checking the mini-map. That's a really hard habit to build into your gameplay, so glad to see it. SWAT team round 2.
My sticky note fell. I actually don't know where it is now.
You have to get a new one.
I'm scared.
Okay. Turret.
Sentry.
Still in sight.
Killing sight.
Right here.
Okay. We were next to the arena. We got stalled.
Still in
Vice util did be scary. Okay. Probably would have been decent spacing. Wow, he gets the opener. Look right side, it's fine. At the bomb. Wow, Reyna's taking spawn. And he got a kill. Reyna's good this game.
one enemy remaining.
City. Elle est là.
Okay. Kinda didn't get to do too much there because we got stalled by the Vice, so we're kinda on bomb plant duty. All good. Next round. On the Reyna. Let's go. It's so funny to see like second in. Because I think on the Crow game we were watching last week, we're like 5th in. So
Yeah. I was putting it here, but Dope I put it here. So I stole it.
that is a good one. Hey Molly. You do have the habit of throwing the Molly, which is good. That's a big habit to develop. So I am happy to see it. He did get stalled by the Vice again. For some reason he switched from B to A this round. Running up to the Clove. Okay, we didn't get to raid that guy, but we are next to the breach. Okay, SWAT teaming with the breach. Go team go. I'm waiting a little bit.
Look behind.
Oh, he calls to look behind. Arena backseat. And he's got it.
Nice.
Last player
Okay,
standing.
he's low HP, low
Eh,
HP.
we didn't get to SWAT team too much this round because this guy told us to turn around, but the things that we're doing well there is like in the A main space and the B main space, you're like close to the teammate. You're like right behind them and you're throwing the mollies and stuff. But what we aren't able to do is kind of continue that spacing, at least in the past 2 rounds because of the Vice wall. So that's gonna
Yeah.
happen. I don't think that's anything you can change, but that is just something to if you are reflecting in the moment, it's like, oh, like I got sold by Vice Util, that's not really something you can change type of thing. But if that was happening, if we weren't playing against Vice, then that could be a cause for concern. But for now, it's not really a big issue. Vice
Is there
kind of
anything we
OP.
can do to counter that? I think you can bait the wall.
You
but
can
like,
bait the wall. I can't really show it because you can't really bait your own wall, but you can walk forward and come
Mhm.
back, or like jump spot and come back, like jump in a loop. It's kind of, I don't want to say complicated, but to pull it off, you need to successfully bait the wall and then wait for it to come down and go forward again. And by the time the wall drops, they're already going to be rotated. So
yeah.
Vice is very strong in ranked because you can't really break the wall, you can only bait it. The counter to Vice is just to avoid the Vice normally. Yeah, unless you have like agents that can go over the wall. Like if you have Yori, you could TP pass. Omen can TP pass or above it. Yeah, and Raze can go above it. But in your case, it's kind of just like, yeah. You can. Brad is saying that is correct. You can cross at the same time and make it pass. That is true. So I guess technically, if you're right on the Reyna's butt, then you both could cross past the wall at the same time and it'd be chill. It is kind of hard to time though, if I'm being honest. Even in like Radiant games, you still see people mess it up. So it's kind of unrealistic, I would say.
Okay.
If you're looking to counter it, it would be to actually not go there. So like let your teammates all go B main while you're in mid lurking or something. But obviously, as being part of the SWAT team, that's not really what we're looking for. So you could try maybe like double running across at the same time. It is a little bit hard though. But you could try it.
Placing
W
swarm
Molly.
grenade. Swarm grenade out.
Un qui push en mid. Par B.
See, do we put turret for flank soon?
I
No?
don't want to be first. Reyna be first.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
should put my turret down somewhere.
Oh, you called it.
Go, it takes back.
Drop in a smoke.
Oh my god, I don't know where to put it.
That's fine. That's fine.
Placing a lamp light planted.
Oh my god, this guy's running at us.
Swarm grenade. Down.
Wait, I'm scared.
Where did I put my alarm bot? Oh.
Yeah, we're dead. They have the site. Round's
Yeah.
over.
Last player.
It was rough.
Man, this round's like one of those rounds that's like so hard to unpack, but it also looks so simple. Let's do our best here. So off the rip, we have like we're walking mid. You also have your breach walking B main for some reason. So it's basically walking into an A split. You molly this, they push B, breach dies. Okay.
Swarm grenade out.
Boom, we're going. Chamber walks A main, we walk into an A split. So we have one A main, 3 mid. They push B, breach is dead. At this point, it's
Reyna be first.
they know that we aren't mid or B because they just flash mid and they also push B. I don't expect you to see this. I'm just kind of trying to break it down.
I should put my turret down somewhere.
We go over here. You want to put your turret down. Given that your chamber walked through A main from this side, you turreting A main probably isn't going to be the best use of your turret because most of the rotates are likely going to be coming through here. So
Yeah.
turreting behind you could be good, or you could try and turret on site. But you mentioned that you didn't know where to put it, so that's fine.
Drop in a
You put
Oh my
turret.
god, I don't know where to
Boom. Unfortunately, your chamber loses this fight, untradeable, and then your other player is planting. So what you need to know right now is basically they can actually just walk out right now for free because we weren't part of the SWAT team, and technically the Clove isn't either because he's planting. So your chamber kind of just, if he won the fight, we'd have all the space. Given that he lost the fight, we lost all the space.
Okay.
Got it.
We go to the site here. They're already running out, right? Like you do this alarm bot, this guy's already out. Like at this point we have, if we color this in on the minimap, we really only have the space to work with. And they have the entire bomb site. They have everything if they wanted to. Technically they could go here too, but you have your turret for that. So in terms of the map proportion for the bomb site, we have pretty much just this little circle here. And that's all we have, which is kind of scary. Typically as a sentinel, site control in air quotes is actually not really your job. Your job is more so to like contain flanks and I logged on to Steam, so let me close that. Contain flanks and you know, support the team by using anti-flood molly, but not really like maintaining site control per se. At least not on this bomb site. Some other bomb sites a little bit different, but we'll talk about that in a second. So we alarm bot, we fall back because of the util. At this point, your only win condition here is to try and play spam, because we didn't really have much space. So that's why they kind of just ran out and win. So let's kind of break down the job of the SWAT team really quickly. The SWAT team is to take space. So think about space. And then also get kills. In this round, we actually weren't able to get space because your chamber died and we weren't there close enough. And also we didn't get any kills because we were too far away. So sometimes you'll just get kills, but if you aren't able to take the space with it, then you're not doing enough as part of the SWAT team. Sometimes that's sometimes not completely true in the reverse though. If you take space, you sometimes don't need to even get the kills. But I want you to kind of hold on to the idea of space and kills because they'll come into play probably in these upcoming rounds. Really quickly though, I just wanted to briefly mention the whole site control thing. So on Haven, if you rush A, you tend to put your turret here, which means that if you were to control site space, you could technically put an alarm bot here and then Molly's here, and then that would control site space. But what we're kind of doing, the equivalent of what we're doing right now, that we're kind of playing back here, is that you have your turret kind of for flank, but you're kind of hovering in this spot here, and then you put your alarm bot and Molly for the bomb here. So if we think about what just happened on Corrode, you're basically playing for flank with your turret here and your Molly and alarm bot on the bomb here. Whereas if we go back to Corrode, I'm gonna make a new one. For some reason this button's not working. Let me try again. Okay, so really quickly, kind of map out the round really quick, right? We kind of A split, boom, chamber went this way. You put your turret here. So the control that we're playing for, I'll put it in boxes, is kind of like we're playing for this. And your teammate took this space. But we never actually had this space here. Maybe I'll put that in red. So if you did want to do an equivalent of not this one, but the alarm bot here, the Molly here, then you would have had to run onto site, then put your alarm bot like here or here and played for that. I would say to kind of simplify your job as being part of the SWAT team a little bit more. We didn't really cover your util for this, but we could probably make it very simple. Use one piece of util for flank as you're running up, and then try and use one of your other pieces of util, like the alarm bot or the turret, to block off one of the choke points. So, kind of run through this example on Ascent really quickly. I'll have you walk me through what that would look like. If you're rushing A, where would you put your turret? Where would you put your alarm bot based on this framework?
I have to remind myself which one is A. Okay. I would probably put the turret in front of me. Oh, it's kind of hard to point out where it is.
This one?
Yeah, like there and facing back.
Okay.
And then we go up. I throw the Molly onto the back site.
Okay, like here?
Yeah, and we can put alarm bot in tree.
Tree, here. Boom, perfect.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you're going B, what does that look like?
Well, B, we have the turret on the house thing, the shed thing.
Yep.
And then I guess alarm bot could be up at the back entry. I don't know what that's called.
Yeah, this thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. That one's good. This one's good too. Either choke, right? Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
And where would you throw your Molly? Or two?
Well, I throw my Molly at the is that market also?
This is market on the right here, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so that's good. Okay, let's do another map. Let's do binds. If you're rushing B long, where's your turret?
My turret's in the inside corner.
Deeper? Here? Or back
I guess
here?
it's kind of farther. It's like before I even get to this spot, I always put it in. I don't know what this is called. A little to the right of me.
Oh, even more
Up
here. Oh, here.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're not actually going B long. You're going hookah? Or you're going like this?
Well, I go like that. If I have other teammates going up long, then I'll go with them, but I just keep that turret there first.
Okay. Not bad. Typically if you have a turret here, you're going hookah. So if you're going B long, you might have like a turret here, or yeah, probably like this.
Okay.
But yeah, typically if you go hookah, you start here. If you go long, you start here. It's not a big difference to be honest, but okay. So you have your turret somewhere here. If you're going long, where would you put your alarm bot?
Maybe alarm bot should be up before you turn into that little
Like this thing here?
elbow. Yeah.
Yeah.
Elbow area.
Yeah, that's correct. That's called elbow. Okay, so that's good. What about Molly's?
Molly's thrown into the other other entry point in the back.
Yeah, perfect. You could technically do alarm bot here too, and then Molly this, but obviously you would have to run all the way up for this. So I think your util here makes the most sense. Okay. For rushing A, where do you typically go when you go A? Do you go showers more or do you go short more?
It depends on if they have someone strong holding showers. And
Okay.
then I try to go wherever my team is going, I guess. But
Okay. We could do both. So if you're going short, do you start left side or right side?
I start left. I start right side.
Okay, right side here.
Yeah.
Where do you put your turret?
And then I put my turret on that box right up there and turn it back to the side, yeah. And then I throw a molly into the entry, into what is that area called?
U-Haul.
U-Haul.
Some people call it lamps. Yeah.
Oh yeah, lamps.
Mhm.
And then I also throw another molly. I try to into the top. Yeah.
Oh, heaven. Okay.
Top area. Heaven.
Yeah, it depends on where the smokes are. It's generally a good if you have these smokes here. I don't know. I would say the most common smokes people do are heaven and pipes, like CT here. But I would argue the better smokes are these ones between the sites. And if you do see these smokes, then maybe you do like a mid-site molly. Okay, alarm bot. Where would you put your alarm bot here?
Maybe back.
Back of lamps.
If I can get up there, yeah, I will put it up there. But sometimes I don't make it that far.
Yeah, this is good though. This is good. Okay, so it sounds like you have a good idea of most of your util. Let's throw a curveball in there. So if you are going up catwalk to A instead of A main, where's your util?
Wait, I'm trying to figure out where I am.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. Okay, so my turret is on that box looking forward, actually.
Okay. That's
And
good.
then put the alarm bot in tree once I get up there.
This tree or this tree?
Inside, yeah.
Okay, that's good.
Not on site.
And then Molly.
Molly anywhere my teammates might need it. Wherever someone spotted someone already.
Okay. The most common molly to do is then the smoke here and then alarm bot after. But yeah, this is good. So it sounds like you have most of this figured out. Okay. Keep going.
Lucky socks.
Maybe we follow the breach. Maybe we switch tactics, we follow the breach.
Follow the breach.
Breach is aggressive.
Go breach, go. He's aggressively in spawn.
Yeah, I was like, then I think he's AFK.
Okay.
Placing sentry.
Okay, so you lost the SWAT team timing because you went for this turret.
Yeah, I was checking if there was an op because I got hit previously.
Placing sentry.
Gotcha.
I think.
Okay.
Dropping smokes.
Yeah, breach. Right here, buddy.
I'm now out of util.
Rotate.
Okay, rotate.
Rotate. Careful mid.
It's you and me.
Oh.
He called rotate and no one's actually here.
Turret down.
Okay, no, don't pick.
Wow, okay. The whole picking a friend and following them strategy is definitely Not as straightforward as you would expect.
Yeah.
Hmm.
It was falling apart here.
What do you think the solution to this would be? Just actually just handhold the breach the entire round and hopefully something happens, or should we
I
have
don't
like
know,
a
because I've
fallback?
tried it in other matches and then nothing ends up happening. There was one where I actually got kind of frustrated and then I just ran in because Arena wasn't entering.
Uh-huh.
But, died immediately.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know what the solution is.
If we're going specifically with your agent choice here, there's not a solution. Like if you're trying to do a role player, Killjoy entering typically doesn't work very well. If we're trying to break out of that shell a little bit, there are things you can do on Killjoy that could make it work, but it's definitely not ideal. Basically, it would just involve using your molly to block off one angle, so you can kind of focus in on the others. It would be a good skill for you to learn, so I'm going to try and quickly demonstrate it so you have a reference point.
Okay.
But if there's a smoke there, you're kind of cooked. So keep in mind that what I'm about to show you will only work in scenarios where the smoke has faded or if they haven't used the smoke yet.
Okay.
Let's see. There's some bomb sites that this works better on other maps.
Okay, I put together
Killjoy
some
is not
bets.
definitely not the meta
Did
pick
you
on this
read it?
map, but it's viable for
Did
sure.
anyone read it?
Okay.
Oh God. Can
Maeva.
anyone read? My ultimate is ready.
Okay, so to kind of simulate the round a little bit, let's say we're going B, go team, go. We're going B, we're going B, put turret here maybe. Go team, go, we're
Yeah,
going
that's how I
B.
usually put it.
And then we're going, and then we got smoked. And now we can't go. Now we twiddle our thumbs a little bit, we look at the breach, hoping that someone goes. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, smoke fades, and then they're still not going. Okay, now we have, let me get rid of infinite abilities. Yeah. Okay, so now we have our util, we have our turret here, and now no one else is going, so we decide to go. In this case, you want to use your mollies to kind of clear one side so you can focus on the other side. So when we look left side here, there's really only two threats, close left corner, and this little angle here from elbow. So if you wanted to, you could use both of your mollies to clear off left side, so you don't have to worry about it, and that will let you focus all of your attention on right side. So in a real game example here, I'm gonna grab my mollies back. I'd probably do it in the close corner first. Pop this, hold for a little bit. Okay, cool, no one's there. Okay, we throw my second molly, and then I'm gonna run out with the second molly. So I'm gonna molly this, pop this so that they can't peek me, and I'm gonna peek heaven, peek back sight, whatever, and I'm gonna go. Chances are you're gonna find someone holding you if there's no smokes here on this fight, or maybe back here. But this one's pretty common too. So that's kind of what you're thinking about is, okay, like there's two angles on the left here. I can molly this, and then I'm just gonna try an entry like this. The thing that I want you to understand when you're going for this type of entry after the smoke has faded, it isn't, okay, molly, I'm running in, I'm just going. This is like a slower type of entry where you can take your time. You can molly this corner, and then you can kind of like walk out, peek this, or walk out, peek this. If you still see nothing, you can walk out, shift a little bit to prepare for the next angle, and then peek out. Basically just like contacting out onto the site. Unless you get spotted, for example, let's say you molly, get spotted here, okay, now you can start running. That's like your speed up point. But until then, you're kind of just like hoping that you can clear your angles one by one to actually get the kill.
Okay.
That's really your only option if no one else is going. But like I said, it only really works if the smoke isn't here. If there's a smoke here and you're playing Killjoy, you have to just wait it out, or you hope someone else goes in front of you and goes. Because if we try to replicate this again with the smoke here and you try to go out, you won't be able to like pre-aim peek everything one by one. And you might just run into an angle where like there's a guy holding you here, a guy holding you here, a guy holding you here, a guy holding, like there's too many possibilities. But the reason why other characters can do that by pushing through the smoke is because they either have a movement ability like Jett, so they can go here and get into cover, or they have flashes. So if you're in the smoke, pretend like there's a smoke here, and they flash out, boom, flash. This angle here, this angle here, this angle here, like they can't get the insta-kill because of the flash. So they can get rid of all of the threats at once. As a Killjoy, you have nothing to do that. The only util you can use to get rid of threats is the molly, and you have to be able to actually use it. So going through smokes basically as a Killjoy is not her specialty.
Yeah.
But that, like I said, that's really your only option, I would say. If we're thinking about fallbacks, if you try and go with your team and they aren't going, you probably just want to wait the smoke out and then see if you can molly something.
Swarm grenade.
And like I said, it's good to do one side. So going into quiz mode really quickly, a good bomb site to do this could be bind. So let's say like we try and rush up B long, boom, 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 boom. We get smoked off here. Now we're kind of just chilling, you know, twiddling our thumbs or something. Smoke fades. If you following this logic here of mollying one side, what mollies would you use?
The little corner right in front of me, left
Yep.
side, and then the entry to elbow.
Yeah, perfect. So then boom, you don't really have to worry about left side too much. You can kind of start walking out and then you look towards sight. So if we are going, it's going to be a little bit harder on some of these other bomb sites, but let's just say you're short, you get smoked off. Smoke fades, boom, we're here-ish, maybe in this corner, here. Where would you throw your molly?
Probably to the right corner,
Okay,
and then into the, into this corner up ahead of me.
this one
But
here.
That's not really following the same logic.
Yeah, so if you have smokes, this does work pretty well. If we're following the same logic, you probably would only do this one. Then you wouldn't have to look left anymore. You can just look straight and to the right. So
Okay.
that's kind of how you want to be thinking about these bomb sites with this molly thing. That's true for site takes as well, by the way. If you can just like use util on one side so you can only look at the other side, it works pretty well. So let's do another example. Let's say you're going Haven C. This one's pretty tough. Let's say you're going Haven C, you're smoked off. Boom. Okay, boom, we're here, we're twiddling our thumbs. Okay, smoke fades, teammates aren't going out. What would you molly here?
Maybe the back corner and the one right close to us. Left.
Yep. Perfect. These definitely would be the goated mollies here. Okay. Again, keep in mind that this is for that specific scenario of we try and follow teammates, they're twirling their thumbs, they're having fun, you know, whatever. Smoke fades, and then we still aren't going, and you kind of want to take the game into your own hands. That would
Yeah,
really
okay.
only be the possibility here. So we're going to do that again on A, but instead of being valid point, we'll do it here because I am here in this map. Okay, we're going A, cool, boom.
Coming back.
You're on camera, by the way. You want to say hi to stream?
Hello.
And she's walking away.
Why did you say anything?
Well, you can see it.
Well, I didn't know.
Your face is so red. She always comes home from work and says, "How's your cat?" Okay, so
Aw.
got turret here. Boom, we're going A. Smoke's here. We can't go. Oh my god, we can't go. And then smoke fades. Same logic. You want to try and molly one of your sides. What would you molly here?
I would personally molly the right, but I think we should molly the left.
Placing swarm.
Okay.
Swarm grenade out.
Walk me through both of those. Why do you feel like you would molly right?
Because when I'm walking up, I see left first, so maybe it's better to check those angles with my gun instead.
I don't fully
I don't
understand.
know.
I don't fully understand. You're saying when you peek this, you see left first. Oh, you're saying you don't see this right angle
Yeah.
because it's deeper. Okay,
Out of charges.
I could see that. If we went with that logic, though, that would also apply for this molly here.
Yeah, I guess you're right. So we should do both entry and up there.
Swarm grenade.
Yeah, you could do both. You could molly this and this. That's true. You double molly right side, you focus left. I would say that this solo, like the singular right molly, is good enough because then you can use this wall as cover. So you can molly this,
Placing
boom,
swarm grenade.
and then you could run up and just focus left. Focus left, only looking left. And then now when you're here, obviously you have to worry about this angle now. So
Yeah.
that doesn't solve that problem, but this is probably the best you're gonna get as Killjoy, is you molly this off. No, again, kind of simulate the round. Oh, we're rushing A. Oh, we got smoked off. Okay, smoke faded. Okay, no one's going. Okay, let me try. I'm gonna molly this. Boom. I'll pop it. It had a weird bounce. I pop it, and then now you start peeking out. And again, make sure you're slicing your angles one by one, and then hopefully by this point you've gotten a kill.
Yeah.
If you haven't gotten a kill, if they haven't seen you at this point, it's gonna be kind of awkward for you. But you might jiggle this, and then you might slowly walk up, like kind of contact it. But I'd be kind of surprised if you got out to this point without getting shot yet. Okay, so that's for
Calling my bot.
that. Let's try a mid to A, like kind of the round we did. Okay, we're going A, boom, we're going A, we're going A, and then we get stopped here for whatever reason. Maybe there's a smoke, maybe there's not. And then we're trying to go, but we can't use, but people stop. What would you molly here? This one's kind of difficult. Would you molly anything? I don't even know. What do you think?
Maybe right side.
Okay, you can come in
Sometimes people
here.
hide behind that box. Yeah.
Yeah. So you come full left and molly that corner. Does that get that? Oh yeah, that would be perfect. Okay, so you come full left here, you molly this, and then that will allow you to focus all of your attention on the left side here. I think that could work. Yeah. Okay. I like that. And I guess if you do happen to get on site, maybe you would put your turret for flank somewhere. Let's just say you put it here.
Placing sentry.
And then you made it onto site. You would either want to get your alarm bot here if you could,
Alarm bot out.
with maybe like a molly next to it. And you play for that site space. Theoretically speaking, this is obviously
Yeah.
hoping that we make it this far. Sometimes you just won't. Okay. Do you think that's a good enough fallback solution to the round we just saw here?
Yeah, I think so. I think so.
Okay, so let's take a look at the round one more time. What would we do
Okay.
instead, I guess? Excusing the mid turret at the start. We go B, go
Yeah.
team go. Boom. Here, we don't make it out. Would we just wait with the breach? Well, that begs the question too, I guess. If the breach actually rotates with his call to rotate, we would just rotate with the breach here, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But then he calls to rotate, but then doesn't actually rotate. We would actually just stay on top of him and then not rotate because he's not rotating. And then, because we waited so long and the smoke eventually fades, then we would use the mollies for left side. In this case, we don't have mollies, which makes your job in this example a lot harder. But you would still kind of trying to do what we're talking about, just without the mollies, I suppose. It would just be a lot harder. You don't really have a kit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Definitely not a perfect solution, but it gives you at least a flowchart to follow a little bit on attack. What do you think?
Yeah.
Doable? Question mark?
Doable, I think. What do I do if I don't have the mollies? I contact.
Without the mollies, yeah. I mean, so that's kind of where you have to be really good at angle clearing and like walking up space, which we've done some contact drills, so you kind of have the basics down. But let's just say we have no molly smoke fades here. Okay. Clear this angle, boom. Walk out, clear this angle, boom. Then you just keep walking out, clearing your angles one by one. Oops, I didn't mean to shoot. And then let's say at this point you don't see anything. I would probably like go back to the right to see if you can clear this corner with the jiggle. So like you can't actually clear it from here. You have to like jiggle it real quick. And then if they are there, like let's say you jiggle, you see them. Now you can come in again, but then you might die to this guy. So that's kind of the scary part. But as long as you jiggle and you see this guy, maybe you can like pre-fire him and then come back and you probably won't die. But yeah, it's going to be a lot more dangerous if you don't have the util that block off one of your sides. In an ideal world, if you have a teammate and they are holding these angles for you, you would be able to just like peek out, pretend like I'm gonna move your turret here, pretend like it's your teammate for a second.
Placing sentry.
You'd come out, peek this, come out, peek this. Now your turret has your left, and then you'd walk up while this guy's holding your left, and then you'd like clear right side. Then when you're like peeking, you still see nothing, then you would hold clear lefts, and then now you just walk out. And then hopefully your turret still has this. But it's not easy. You will see like pro players do it really, really well, because honestly, half of the pro games are going to be walking around the map once the util is kind of traded. So this is very common to see in VCT matches. Not actually contacting out of a bomb site. That's kind of more rare, but like contacting out mid, for example, is a bit more common. So it's definitely a taller task, but what do you think? Doable still, or too much?
Yeah. No, I think doable.
Okay. Okay. It definitely requires you to be patient and slow. like have good crosshair placement and peeking
Yeah,
out.
maybe I should also do drills again in custom. It's been a while since I've done that.
I think it could be helpful, specifically if in this scenario. There's two type of drills you could do in a custom. One would be like contacting, kind of like what we're talking about now after the smoke fades. But two, probably the thing that we're trying to do is actually be part of the SWAT team. So let me try and walk you through what that might look like. For some reason I'm flying to A just because, I don't know. Let's just say like we're in the custom, okay? Like I'll even like go on round start
30
completely.
seconds left.
Going here, boom, we're going A side.
Area
Okay,
for
go
you
team
and
go.
myself. Make sure to cover the angles I can't.
Okay, barrier drops, boom.
Don't overthink it.
Wait for my teammate to peek. Okay, teammate peeked. Okay, boom. I peek it again anyways. Okay, I walk up. Or I run up if my teammates are running. I put turret here. Get my teammates up. Pretend like my teammate's here. Boom, we're going, we're going. Teammate's now looking to the left because he's here, looking left. Okay, I'm looking here. He shoots. I pivot. I shoot. Teammate then scales continue. I'm following. He shoots. I shoot. We're going, we're going. Maybe he cleared right side, so then you look left. Or he didn't clear right, you look right. He's going, he's going. You're right behind him. He swings. Pretend like I'm player one. Player one swung. You're player two chilling. Maybe player two's holding this. Player one swings. Player two cleared this. Player one goes. Player two then follows. Player one then goes forward. You're probably back here. Player two probably following him, holding this a little bit. Player one continues swinging. Boom. Player two's back here, waiting for him to swing. Then you swing. That's kind of the hard thing you're gonna run into. You felt like in one of your rounds, your teammates kept going in front of you. The ideal thing to happen is player one is close to the wall and player two is far from the wall. So, for example, if player one's here and he's peeking, he would peek probably wide like this and end his strafe here.
Initiated. My ultimate
But if
ready.
player two's here and you see player one swing, he ends here. Player two would swing and then end his strafe here. You can see it's just a little bit off-centered. It's not actually a lineup here. Right, 1, 2. That is ideal scenario here.
Clear.
The problem is, probably none of your teammates know the concept of the close wall player going wide and the far player going tight. So you're probably ending the scenario where you're both on this line here, swinging. Then player one swings here,
Initiated.
but you're also on this line, and then you can't swing. So your option when he's here is to just wait till he dies and then swing, or you can back up on this wall, and then you can try and peek behind him. That's also going to be awkward. But
Yeah.
in the case of your ranked games, I probably would just say let him swing and then you trade him, unless he's good enough to go close to the wall and then swing so that you can line up your swing behind him. He swings, you swing, and now we're on two different lines.
Initiated. My ultimate ready.
That would be ideal scenario.
Got you. Yeah, that visual is super helpful too.
Shout out Killjoy ults.
Area's clear.
Quick question, are you supposed to peek angles with your Killjoy ult? Oh yeah, if you peek with your Killjoy ult out, with your jump spot, you'll scare them, and then they'll run away.
Oh yes, yes. I was just trying to scare them when I did that.
yeah. That would be perfect. Okay. Should we keep going? Any questions so far?
No, all good, all good.
Good. Okay.
Okay,
Oh,
okay.
take it. Careful mid.
Uh,
No, don't pick.
yeah,
Okay.
strange round so far, obviously.
So what are we doing?
Yeah, follow the breach. Let's go. He finally rotated. Oh, Chamber got the kill.
Good.
I guess that's also an option too. If you actually did just chill there, not with the breach, but I guess in this case with the chamber or something, they might actually just push into you. I don't know. Is that something that happens often in this rank? You think?
Maybe, but my team might just die in that scenario.
Yeah, but you'd be there, hopefully, shooting back.
Yeah. Are we rotating or not?
Yeah, let's go breach.
One mid.
One
Boom, go,
enemy
go,
remaining.
go.
Right there.
Oh,
Reload.
didn't res.
Smoke the mid.
No peeking.
He's going so quick. So you knew this guy was on B.
30 seconds left.
Okay, so we can't really help him too much because we're planting. I think this round's good. So let's go next.
I mean, I'm sure she'll just be there, right? Where else could she be?
Yeah, turn here. And flank.
I don't
Probably followed you
I thought
mid.
she could have followed us.
Yeah. You're saving.
I don't remember where I planted it.
Nice. So much walking on Crowd. The map is huge.
What should I be paying attention to? Besides minimap, I feel like I'm looking at minimap a decent amount.
Okay. Following the Reyna. Right next to the Reyna. I love this. He peeks, we peek. So This one's tough. Again, you can kind of see we're on the same line again. You see he's peeking, we're peeking. That's just natural for this line because normally I would ask a question, but I'll just, for the sake of time, we're on this line because he's here, we're here, so that we aren't spotted here, right? Like if you wanted to get on a different line, technically what you could do is go back and peek this while he's closer. That's kind of unrealistic here because you don't want to die at mid. So that's why we're all kind of on this line. If you wanted to, you could put yourself close to the wall so that when he shoots, right? Like I'm back here, I shoot. You're close to the wall, you're looking at minimap. Okay, minimap, okay, there's a guy there. Boom, you swing wide, you try to get the trade. And when you swing out here, sorry, let me. He's here.
My ultimate
You're looking at minimap, minimap, minimap. He sees when you swing wide, you get the kill.
initiated.
You're gonna be out wider. So this guy, obviously, you're gonna swing past his crosshair and hopefully get the wallbang kill. The problem with doing this is that even though technically you're Reyna on this line, I'm using this term here, the line here, he will only see this angle. So if you go here to go for the trade on this, you're actually gonna expose to these off angles, which is something you would have to live with if you're gonna do the close wall swing. The guy entering close always has the hardest time because he's gonna swing into all the off angles. So even in this case here, if say I'm Reyna and I swing, I peek this, I might die to this off angle. So even if this player back here would swing with me, he might not see anything on this angle, and this kill here is untradeable, right? Because we both swung for this, but then this guy got the kill, but this player back here, player 2, can't see this guy. So that guy gets away for free. That's a problem you normally solve with util in this game. Or if your close player is good, they actually don't commit, they jiggle. And then that baits, we're getting kind of advanced here, but if this first player jiggles, boom, the crosshair goes close, like this, and then the player on the back wall swings past the crosshair
Initiated. My
because the jiggle pulled the crosshair close, right? So this guy jiggled, boom, crosshair went here, and then the guy on the back wall swings, and he gets the kill.
Okay.
It does get pretty complicated, but what I'm trying to highlight specifically to make your job a little bit easier is technically, if you could avoid being on his line, in this case, this is the line. If you can get on a separate line, either this right one here along the wall or the left one here, you would be able to trade easier. But it's also completely acceptable for you to play on the same line as the Reyna. You just have to wait until he actually fully goes out before you can take his spot. Whereas on these other lines here, you can technically double up on the peak. Does that make sense so far?
I see. Yeah.
Spacing, trades, stuff like that. Like these are the micro details that are really important at the highest ranks so that you can actually get the insta trades. But I would be surprised if that makes a huge difference in our rank. But maybe it's one of those fundamentals because I've played so long that I can't really see how impactful it would be compared to some of the more obvious ones, like crosshair at head level or something like that. So yeah, let's keep going. Quick tangent. Wait, it is kind of awkward because he's not going. You actually did kind of like a jiggle here though, because you weren't kind of just chilling here. That's kind of what you would do as the first player. So
If I was close.
if you're close, yeah, let's say like you're here and you're like you don't even have to be super close to the wall to jiggle. You could just jiggle from back here too. Let's just say like, I don't know, you're waiting for your Reyna to finally go out. You just jiggle while you're waiting. And then boom, your Reyna goes, he's following, and then you can follow up behind him. So that's a good thing to do too if you just feel like no one's going, but you just don't really want to sit there and just hold. You could just jiggle a little bit. Gets you info, it's pretty non-committal. And if there happens to be a player there, you might get lucky with like a pre-fire or something like that. So you'll see it pretty, I won't say regularly, but it does happen quite a bit where you'll see players just jiggle back and forth. You can see it kept you alive right there, even if you're just doing it
Spike down mid.
What the? What?
subconsciously.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know what just happened. We double walked out A, killed that guy at Cat, and just ran at one top mid. This is a very hard round to replicate SWAT team with because your Reyna actually never went. They pushed into us mid and we got the kills. Seems like the enemy team's playing pretty aggressive this game actually.
Okay. Let's go. Let's go.
Vas-y Murphy, vas-y Murphy.
Oh no.
Like I never left.
Nice. Clearing the
Vas-y low, là,
site. Boom. Now you can follow the clove. Nice. Playing the other angles. Okay. Going. Got all the site. If you're thinking about maintaining space, you could put your turret back right there. This is fine too. Playing with the Reyna is always a good idea. Like, you technically have all your bases covered now because you did that, so I do quite like this.
There.
Hopefully he doesn't actually run away. Okay, he did. That sucks. Now you're gonna be kind of alone because your Reyna actually fully left. Good luck.
Enemy
Nice
remaining.
kill. Holy shit. Good crossing placement. I don't know where this
Thanks.
Vice went.
The next one is a little more embarrassing.
Well, we'll watch it.
Last player standing.
What the fuck? Wait, where
They
was
walked
he?
behind me. In the smoke, walked right behind me when I looked back.
That's crazy timing. Actually,
Last player standing.
that's
I got
unfortunate.
flamed pretty badly in chat for that one.
Wait, really?
Yeah, because they were saying I should just hold the door. I should just
That's-
stay there. But I was thinking that they might have just gone to save. 'cause
Yeah,
the bomb was ticking.
they had no time to win that, but that's crazy timing regardless. Man, what I am realizing though, looking at this VOD, it is very difficult to play off of your teammate. Because like your Reyna decided to, like you left your aggressive spawn position here to go back and help your Vice by putting your turret here. And your Reyna, or sorry, I said Vice. Your Reyna was here. So you're like, okay, let me go help you by holding this. But then as soon as this guy shot, he left. He didn't just leave and go back here. He left. He went all the way over here.
Yeah.
Which if we're thinking of the mindset of like, you know, being like following your teammate, then, you know, you would see him run away and then you would just also run away. But like, that's just like not the play right now because the bomb's not even planted here. So there's two trains of thought I have. One is maybe we just stick to the SWAT team rule until the bomb is down. And then from there you can do whatever you want. That's one thought.
Okay.
The other thought is we just say, fuck it, full commit, and I'm just going to pick a teammate and hold hands for them the entire round. And if they decide to rotate somewhere that's suboptimal, I'm going to go with them anyways. I see merit in doing both. What do you think?
It might be easier one brain cell to just stick with the teammate the whole time.
Okay.
I don't know if that would help me like overall though. Like
It would develop your trading skill better because you're going to be in more trading opportunities. Would it make you a better player in terms of like big picture because you're outsourcing your positioning to a teammate? Probably not, but maybe we just take it in increments. Maybe you do the trading skill first and then worry about positioning later.
Okay.
Even though it
I'm
is
fine with that.
okay. A tough answer because I think both of them are, you know, there's merit to both. Okay, I think we have good actionables for attack. Let's take a look at defense because obviously we haven't looked at defense in like weeks, it feels like. What did we really talk about here? Maybe you can kind of summarize some takeaways in your own words.
Backup plan
Okay.
for SWAT team. Util on one side to focus on the other.
Okay.
And then maybe in parentheses just put mollies because really it's just gonna be the mollies.
That's true. Okay.
And stick with teammate even if suboptimal.
Okay.
Am I missing something?
We talked about lines, but I don't think you can really summarize that in text format. Lines as in like player close to the wall swings wide, whatever.
Yeah. Do you think that could be with the ABA thing? from
Content?
Lecture one? Yeah.
That's a good point. It is a
I feel
type
like the
of
dribbling
setup.
is kind of like showing and then
Mhm.
letting them fight your teammate first.
You could do that. So like you could make that a consistent habit where you start the round. So let's say like you're going A main, for example. Okay. The first thing I want to say, on paper, your first player that you pick to follow should actually be the close player. And you being the second player should actually be the far player. On paper, that is
Okay.
what should happen. The problem is, I don't think that's going to happen a single time in your rank where the player close knows to do that. So you could do like a weird bait and switch where you start the round, the close wall, and just jiggle, and then let your teammate that swings out get the kill, and then you go again. So instead of like a ping pong, you're ping pong ping. Yeah. Yeah. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So normally what you would do is you would be back here. Okay, let's do player 1, player 2. Player 1 would get info, jiggle, then you would be player 2 getting the kill. But given that your teammates are the teammates that they are, you would be player 1, but you wouldn't commit. You would jiggle, hope that this guy gets the kill, but if he doesn't, then you would then go after.
I would still be up front though. I
You would
wouldn't go back.
You would still be up front. You would just jiggle. Okay, he's there. You would wait until your teammate swings, and then you would go.
Okay.
In like if you have the entry duelist role, you would actually player 1. What you would do is you would jiggle, and then you would go wide, and then your teammate behind you would swing. That's ideally what would happen. We're just gonna bait. We're gonna jiggle until your teammate actually fights him, and then you're gonna go.
Okay.
Okay.
I can do
So
that.
what that might look like on other parts of the map is pretend like the round just started. You're following. Reyna's going first. You're following. Boom. Then you're gonna path close to the wall here, and then you're gonna jiggle. Boom, jiggle. And then your teammate's gonna go. You're gonna wait until they go past you. Okay, boom. Reyna's now past you. He's cleared these angles. Now you're gonna go close to the wall again. Then you're gonna jiggle. It is very awkward forcing yourself to go close to the wall every single time. So I will say, if it doesn't feel natural for you, you don't have to do it. The important thing is that you only do it, or you do it on like the start of the round, so you can be closer.
Okay.
Like in mid, it
I'm
might
wondering-
be a tall task. Sorry, go ahead.
I'm wondering also, because we did have problems where like I couldn't tell if I was exposed still.
Your shoulder. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's tough. You will learn that with negative feedback at some point, because right now your shoulder is exposed, but you probably don't know that. But you know, if you continuously go back in the cover, you probably won't get punished for it, at least too much.
Okay.
But yeah, right here you're exposed. Well, right here you're exposed. Right here you're not. Definitely something you have to feel out. Replays are supposed to come out in September, so I'm hoping that that will help, because you can actually see what it looks like. Because right now you just have to be like, oh yeah, I trust you. Then if I could drop a agent. Oh, you know what I could do actually? It's not 100% accurate, but
30 seconds left.
you'll see what I mean.
You're a clone.
You can Euro clone, yeah. So
Let's go.
right now your shoulder should be visible. So if I go here and I spawn the clone, you'll see. Oh fuck, it moves so fast. Okay, maybe we can't do that. Well, I'll just let me spawn the clone here.
With the vision cones on the minimap, does that give me any insight into this or no?
It doesn't,
No.
because your vision cone here shows nothing until you make it out. But it technically, it's saying your vision cone doesn't see this corner right now because you can't see. That's true. Your vision cone can't see, but your shoulder is like showing. You could probably die to a guy right now. Yeah, that's tough. I can't lie. I don't actually have a good solution on how to figure out how much your character sticks out. Because right now we're definitely sticking out.
Yeah. But jiggling should help with that anyway.
Yeah, because like if you're trying to like walk up and then peek, like now you die here. But if you're jiggling, you're just gonna like run back in the cover and not die. But as long as you're not starting to jiggle too close to the edge, you should, like if you start your jiggle from here, you'll probably be alive. Right click cone? Yeah, I was doing that, but it still moves forward when I spawn it. I would want the clone to just stand still, but we can't do that. Oh yeah. What was I saying? Oh yeah, the line stuff. I think the important thing to do when you're rushing the site is be the close player on the wall so you can get ready to trade, but be okay with not committing. What I mean by that is like you can be the close wall, like let's say I'm rushing B. I can come up here and jiggle this for my teammate, and then they take the fight, and then you cross, and then you put your turret here, and then you come back over here, and then you could jiggle this, just spam jiggle, and then your teammate start, Reyna's going out, okay good, now I'm following him. Basically you're just jiggling while you're waiting for your teammate to go in front of you.
Okay. Okay.
then when he's actually out, then you're going out. But there's a couple of problems with this tactic. You could die on the jiggle. That happens. And two, the other problem with this is you actually don't really get like fights. So like technically, if you are the player that's back here, you might actually get the kill. Because if you're jiggling this, you might just not get the kill. Because like you're not going to get a kill on this jiggle. You're just basically scaring them off and getting info. So your really only kill opportunities are when you commit. But it could give you a good sense of like when I should be playing for info, when I should be committing. I also realize this is not really a skill I normally encourage people to learn until they're like ascendant. But it does kind of tie well into this whole SWAT team thing anyways. How about we just give it a try? See how it feels.
Okay.
And if it's terrible, maybe we just go close to the wall and just bait and not jiggle. Like you could just go here and wait until your Reyna swings and then you go. But I think you might like jiggling. The important thing with jiggles is that you don't actually aim at the angle and jiggle. Like look, I'm aiming at this angle here and I jiggle, I actually can't see it. But if you go close to the wall, like I'm staring directly into the wall and then jiggle, I could see it from the side. You see that?
Mm-hmm.
That's the big thing to learn. So if I want to jiggle this angle here, you could aim at it, but you could also technically aim here and you get a better jiggle.
Okay.
If you're trying
And I'm not expecting to shoot anyway, so it's fine.
yeah, you're
Oh,
not expecting to shoot anyways, but you could pre-fire.
Would it
Like
be better to use? Oh, okay.
you could
I was
pre-fire,
gonna
yeah.
say, would it be better to use the melee instead then? Because
Oh, yeah.
quicker.
The jiggle with the knife is better, 100%. But the problem with that is you wouldn't actually be able to go for the trade. So let's say you jiggle this and your teammate swings, you have to pull out your gun and then come out.
Yeah. Okay. I see.
So the melee jiggle is actually really good against oppers though. Like if you know they're opping, you just go like this and you try to bait a shot. And then while they're reloading their gun, then you can go out and get some space on them. But yeah, that's pretty tough. I think to keep it simple though, maybe you do just aim at the angle. Maybe also you don't have to stuff your face into the wall. Just get kind of close and then you can still jiggle this from this line. If you're jiggling this, you could still aim at the angle. Like that probably would develop better crosshair placement for you compared to just like jiggling this while you're looking here. Even though it might like keep you alive more, this probably teaches you a better habit of actually looking at the angle first. And then with this, we
Okay.
actually know where you're juggling. So, because we could tell with your
Yeah.
crosshair. Yeah, and you could pre-fire on the way back, which is quite nice. Oh, we saw him. Boom, dead. Oh, we saw one. Oh, boom, dead. You know, like it could be good. This is just a dead zoning drill, by the way, from the Hooch benchmarks. But if you notice on the shooting error, by the way, your second bullet will almost always be blue, whereas your first bullet, if you do it correctly, will be orange. Someone in chat is going to mention this at some point because people are obsessed with dead zoning. You can technically dead zone pre-fire 2 accurate bullets with a Phantom. As you can tell, I'm not good at it because all of my... Oh. Yeah, that one was good. You could technically sneak in 2 bullets with a Phantom if you're good enough. I'm not one of those players. So my first bullet's almost always on target. My second bullet goes to Narnia. But yeah, I just figured I'd mention that. Someone in chat's going to mention it at some point. Whether you're streaming or during this stream. With the jiggle pre-fire, so yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so we have the attack. Backup plan for SWAT team is you tell mollies on one side to focus on other. This backup plan takes place after the smoke fades or if they don't smoke. Okay? And teammates aren't going. Yeah, there you go, Brad. Thank you. Stick with teammates even if suboptimal. And then the third, I wouldn't say it's high priority. Jiggle peek from close wall while you wait for your teammate to get in front of you. That, like I said, not huge priority. Like for example, if we still see next week where you're still on the same line as your Reyna, boom, same line as the Reyna, but you're playing his timing well where he dies and then you go, like I would still consider that a pass. Like you don't have to go on the second line and play differently. Yeah, I'll say objectively it does make sense, but in tight areas like this, it's very hard to actually switch lines.
Could you put lines in that a doc somewhere just so that I remember.
Yeah. Separate lines from your teammate. Think close wall, middle. Close wall. Middle wall? No. Close, middle, far. Let's just do that.
Yeah.
SWAT team she's playing 6 Siege. Honestly, it's pretty close to Siege in that sense. Okay. Let's take a look at defense without taking too much of your time. We'll look at a couple of Pistola.
Oh, I'll be here all night. Dedicated Monday evenings to just Valorant.
I gotcha.
I'm told that.
Okay. What's that last note on defense? You might want to use minimap awareness to help influence, rotate timing and positioning, where to rotate. Okay, I do remember that. We didn't talk about defense
Oh yeah, the
last
thing
week.
that I was struggling with was the closer teammate thing, because it's really hard for me to get that information and then follow through.
Yeah, it might be better in the short term for you to have a predetermined rotate plan and then iterate off of that. So we can come up with one. What's your setup on Corrode? Start here,
Placing a
Lambat here.
Ok, il a besoin de RR, les chefs.
Okay, we're back here. Okay, cool. That's our, whoops.
tous besoin.
We have our setup. Road. We are elbow. Here. We have turret here. I think we had our alarm bot on the ramp and the corner. Okay. So let's say we rotate because they go A. Where do you want to go? Let's just predetermine it.
For this one, maybe it's best to go in through mid.
Like this or like this?
It's probably best to go up, but I feel like I take too long, so I just go back
When you say up, you mean like
through-
forward.
through spawn. Yeah, forward.
Okay, both are acceptable. We can kind of get into the pros and cons. So what is the benefit you think of going this way?
You have more control over, or like if anyone is there, so that's a benefit for sure. If
Uh-huh.
you go in through your own defense, that's already kind of ours.
Yeah, okay, that's
so
true.
It's not new info.
I like the way you're thinking about that. So let's think about the retake in choke points really quickly, just to try and simplify it a little bit further, or maybe in a different way. If you're retaking A, there's this choke point. There's this choke point. Okay, red was not the color for this. Let's try white. You can retake here, or you can retake A main. Okay. If you rotate spawn and all your teammates are spawn, you're only making use of one choke point, which is this one.
Mm-hmm.
If you rotate through A link and your teammates are also going through spawn, you've now opened up another choke point to retake from, which then for the practicalness of this is if I am enemy jet on site and I'm looking, let's say I'm here, I'm enemy jet elbow, I only have to worry about this until there's pressure made here, and then I have to work about left and right.
Yeah.
So it just makes them worried about another angle. Okay, so that's one of the benefits of going through mid over spawn. So that's one of the pros, is you open another choke point. There's another element here that I'm just going to flat out say, is that it will allow you to clear out any lurkers. So if there's a lurker here, 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 maybe in bottom mid, if you can kill this guy, then you don't have to worry about him later in the round. That's two pros. The con is that this guy could just kill you.
Yeah.
So you could just rotate into this guy and he has a good angle on you and you're making noise and he's silent, you could just die. That's pretty much the only con.
Yeah.
If you win the fight, there's no cons. If you lose the fight, there's only cons. Here's the thing, okay? Your decision making on your rotate is typically decided as soon as the round starts based on your position. So what I mean by that is if you started in elbow, your rotate will take way too long to get to the A site in time before the bomb is planted. In other words,
Mhm.
you are being forced to play retake because you started so far on this side. Given that we are forced to play retake, you should make your retake easier by trying to hunt for the lurker and also find a better choke point to come through. So maybe you even try and full flank through here. Like those are possibilities. That's generally the thought process with this, okay? This is less true if you're playing fast rotate. If you're, for example, top mid and they rush A, you could technically rotate quick enough before the bomb is down. And now the Cypher that goes late lurk mid, it doesn't matter because the bomb isn't down. His lurk is pointless because we've killed the site that the bomb is down here or something.
Yeah.
So what I'm trying to highlight here is that we could kind of flowchart your defense in a way. We should actually have done this perspective. That if you're fast rotate, you rotate this way. If you're playing extremity, you play this way. So Crod's a little bit harder, but let's just take Haven. Ascent. Let's take Ascent as an example. If you are playing on B and you decide to do a bunker setup, what I mean by bunker setup is you're just on site, just chilling. You're not really contesting the B main area. You might be back here, for example. This rotate might look like going through B main after or going through mid to look for the lurker. You're going to be too late anyways. But if you're playing in one of these areas here, maybe even the aggro B main turret, you could potentially be fast enough on the rotate to still influence the hit. So rotating spawn side to go heaven or tree, probably tree as Kojo actually, so your util doesn't go down, makes sense. Now there's one thing to note here, which is a little bit against what the previous note was. Think about proximity, where is the closest teammate. This decision making is based on your starting position and not where your teammate is. So this will allow you to outsource your rotates by doing it ahead of time, but it means that sometimes it might be the incorrect rotate because we didn't say our teammate. Doing it this way also doesn't really train the minimap awareness. It would only train your when to rotate, because you would read the minimap and then rotate based on your predetermined route rather than where to rotate as well.
Yeah.
So I see benefits of both. What do you think? What do you think would be more? What do you think would you rather do? Like what? Yeah.
I think I would rather have the predetermined ideas.
Okay.
Because in the moment in the game, I struggle a lot with making those decisions. So,
Yeah.
And since there's so many decisions to make, I think it would be best to focus, like if I need to focus on something else, to have less focus on rotate.
Yeah. Okay. I could agree with that. This is where pattern recognition comes into play. So there's a couple of these that you can think about, but let's use Ascent as an example still. If they go heavy A main, rush, no cat split, whatever. Okay. Arguably, your rotate to heaven, even going like breaking your alarm bot, like for it to go down, or your turret rather, your turret's going to go down, your alarm bot's going to be here. Both of them are actually going to go down because if you go heaven, I would say typically going heaven is the better rotate path. Just regardless of your agent, flooding heaven tends to work better than running through this tree smoke because the door is closed, there might be a molly there, etc., etc. So you tend to get more value there. If it's an A split, they're coming up cat and A main, and you're the B player, you could argue two rotates. One is actually pushing through and trying to flank them from behind, or rotating to go tree and then taking the fights on the A split here. And if you're quick enough, you might be able to stop them before they get up cat. I think building out your rotate playbook should be split into these into a couple of things. Let me write this down because words are hard. So number one, let's just say position A. you will then rotate to, let's use numbers. Position 1, where you rotate to the A site rush. Then you rotate in rotate heaven. Let's just do example set B. Okay, position 1, put in parentheses, aggro B main turret. Okay, so this is your position 1. If they do A site rush, you rotate heaven. If it's an A site split, A split, then you would rotate tree/cat. If they were to do a B split, you would fight B main / fall back to site. If it's a B rush, you fight B main / fall back to site. No reason for you to fight the B split if you're a B player, right? If they do a mid take and it's uncertain on whether they're going to end B or A, it's just a mid default. But sorry, I'm not formatting these in the same way. You would rotate market and fight mid. Okay, that's kind of the decision making tree here. But this is only true if you're a position 1, right, where you started
Yeah.
here. Now, it might be a little bit more simpler to just group certain positions together. And what I mean by that, you might categorize all of these 4 positions here as fast rotate positions. Maybe you can throw in this one. So instead, we could do fast rotate positions. So you have less prep work. And even if some are less, like, let's just say iffy, like you could argue, I'll put this one in white. This one you could argue is also an extremity position. If we put this white box in extremity, you could probably say both, right? But for simplicity's sake, maybe you just categorize this aggro B main one as an fast rotate and you leave these ones as extremity. Okay. So let's go one more. Instead of fast rotate, we do hard anchor / extremity positions, which, just to give you some examples, would be ledge, would be stairs, would be switch, would be backside B. I don't know why you would ever start backside B, but let's just throw it in there for example.
For fun.
For fun, exactly. Okay, so then I'm going to copy and paste all of these again. Your A site rush, you would, instead of rotating to A, you would, in heaven, you would then rotate to push B main or push out market. Okay, I'm going to put these in white. So they're going A, it's an A site rush. You rotate this way. Maybe you go this way to go top mid and flank. Or you push out to market and you go up cat. Or you could flank too, either or. Okay, but basically you're pushing forward, not rotating spawn. It's no longer a safe rotate. That's for the A site rush. That's also for the A site split too, probably. So we can keep these two the same. If they B split, you stay on site and fight. Fight. B rush, stay on site. If they do a mid take, it's a mid default. It's pretty much they go mid, you push B. So there's no reason for you to go into market. If they're doing a mid default, you normally just control your B main space. Normally. At the very least, you almost never rotate spawn. If you're in this white box here, you almost never rotate like this if they're fighting mid. It's more common for you to take B main space so that you narrow down if they're going A or B. You just take the 1v1 of the B main player. Sometimes you will see people just rotate market. In this case, it's a bit more acceptable because you have this Killjoy turret here. Only if you have this Killjoy turret. But you probably wouldn't be in this white box if you're playing this turret. Like if you're playing that turret, you probably have like a different setup or something. So that adds too much complexity to talk about. But if they go mid, you typically will fight your extremity. Typically will fight B main in this case. Okay. So that's probably how I would recommend you go about creating this. It might just be better to do, I don't know if it would be better to do on Valoplant with these arrows or in this text channel, but like that's kind of what I'm envisioning for these rotates. If you want to outsource it ahead of time by coming up with the prep, you would want to think about all the possibilities. Okay, they're rushing A, they're splitting A, also rush, they're B splitting, B rush, they're doing a mid take, you do this. What we're not including A defaults or B defaults in there, which is difficult. But maybe we just leave it as this for now. I think too much more probably adds too much complexity.
Yeah, I think it's also just difficult for me to recognize if they're doing
A split.
rush or a split.
Yeah, that's also due to the fact that sometimes you won't have the info. So
Yeah.
yeah. I think that's a unsolvable problem at this point in time, I think.
Okay.
Yeah. Some maps is going to be a bit more clear than others. Like on Haven, for example, garage splits are going to be a lot more obvious because when they go C, the smoke is going to be here. These are their smokes. Whereas if they were
Mhm.
going up C long, like the smoke would be here and here. So like some bomb sites are like way more telegraphed.
Yeah.
But on Ascent, like it is kind of true too. Like if they do an A split, their smokes are going to be here and here. Or I'm going to use club smokes. It might be like mid one and here. Like that's true too. But if you're playing on B, you might not know that they smoked that. So you'd have to just read minimap and see your vision cone lines and see that they smoked it, which is kind of hard. Yeah. But basically what we're getting at is if you're playing like a deep spot like this and they go to, we'll see this round. If they go A, we ideally would want to push out mid to find the lurker or push A B main. I'm assuming we won't just based on what you were talking. They're going B anyway, so see they'll site hold.
Oh my god, they're aggressive. They're aggressive. Okay.
Yeah, they do have 3 flashes. It's a good stun. Okay, the stun didn't hit that guy. What the fuck? Well, that's sad. Pretty sure that guy also running on this. There's stuff to break down there, but not in the scope of the rotates. They go B? Yeah, so this is true too. So if they go B here, you could push A main to like fully flank, or you could push through mid. Looks like they're just coming A. Oh wow, good swing. So we don't really get any rotate rounds. Let's keep going. Get past the generational flow whiff.
Again.
I saw it ahead of time, you know? No, I'm kidding.
Well, if they go swing here again.
Okay, here. So then we rotate mid, and this would be a good round to
This one I
flank
was
through
following
mid. Breach.
a teammate.
Yeah. You get the trade hump. Yeah, this is good. Now we've cleared out the lurker, right? This is all pros so far. And if you could, you would flank here. Oh, fuck, they're coming back. Yeah, it would be good for you to flank here, but staying here is good too.
Rotates.
Reloading. Enemy spotted. Net.
Spike down mid.
Good big boy strafes there. I fuck with that. No tiny steps. This is good.
Reloading.
Nice distance on these. Makes it really hard for them to shoot you. You see how these guys are just whiffing?
Reloading.
It's really good.
I'm also whiffing.
I mean, honestly, you're not. You're hitting body shots. You're hitting headshots. They're hitting nothing.
Rotates.
Boom.
Reloading.
We hit this guy.
Spotted.
We hit this guy again. We hit that guy twice.
Rota.
So good movement there.
Placing swamp grenade.
The gas is so funny. I know. It's passion. Immersion. Okay, play. Pop volley. Swing. Wait, we didn't swing. Oh, there we swung. Nice.
Ready.
Let's try.
Spike down A.
That's the clip that Brad was
That
talking
was-
about. NT.
I thought that the first shots were hitting my turret was the sky, so I thought that it was clear.
I gotcha. You almost had it. If your molly was a little bit like not as deep, it would have worked, I think. Your molly I think was here.
Swamp grenade.
If you had it here,
Swamp grenade.
Yeah, maybe.
you would be able to like pop it and then swing. Yeah.
Swamp grenade out.
Yeah, okay, I see what happened. He snuck in and broke the turret.
Yeah.
I see.
My
Good spray control though.
Spike down A.
NT.
Well,
You played off the turret there though. I do like to see that.
yeah.
That is good.
Okay.
Okay, this is the rotate. So again, we're playing extremity. They go B there. On another map, by the way, like Ascent, it's way more common to rotate spawn. Corrode is a huge map. So like
Mhm.
you are a lot more incentivized on as an extremity player on Crowd that just push through mid or like rotate through mid. You could obviously flank A main if you can picture the map here. That's good too. But yeah, basically try to avoid rotating through spawn when you're an extremity player. I think you could probably apply that rule of thumb for most maps. Bind is going to be a little bit harder. Like if you're playing B, for example, and they go A, like there's no mid to rotate through, right? So the closest would be to go through hookah and go, which is still a good rotate, but you could also just push through here. You could take the TP, and also rotating spawns on it. Bind is still completely acceptable. But for the sake of this, maybe you do one of these three
Yeah.
if you're the extremity player. In other words, if you're playing fast rotate, you can use spawn. If you're not playing fast rotate, maybe avoid spawn.
Okay. Yeah.
Maybe I'll write that down real quick. Basically, if Felix, basically if you're playing fast rotate positions, you can rotate through spawn. If you're playing site anchor, extremities, you can you are encouraged to push through / flank. Yeah, makes sense to me. Also, my cat is seeing the blinking of the cursor and swiping at the monitor. Thanks, don't do that. Maybe we wrap up there because I would imagine if we continue looking at this VOD, I would want to point out other stuff, and I would want your focus to be on the prep here on the rotates, and obviously
Yeah.
the attack stuff.
That sounds good to me. For the fast rotate side anchor, this should take priority over the 70-30, right? 80-20, sorry.
Basically how this relates to the 80-20 rule is when you're playing the 80%, you rotate through spawn. When you're playing the 20%, you push or flank.
Okay.
Should I include that as well?
So it will be both.
It will be both. It's dependent on how your positioning is.
Okay.
Yeah. Is that clear?
Yes. Now it is.
Okay. I don't think I have anything else. Do you have any other questions, comments, concerns?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. Act ends in 2 days, I believe. So
Yeah.
buckle up for some terrible games. Typically end of act games are literally the worst thing you can ever play. But
Oh no.
if you keep your mental good and your teammates' mental is good, it's also the freest wins you'll ever have because the enemy team will give up in round 3. So basically just expect a lot of coin flip type of games. It's also a good opportunity to practice your trading and stuff because people just love to fight on the end of the act because everyone stops caring or they're on alt accounts or something. But yeah, I would try and get some mental armor by prefacing your ranked games today if you are going to play any or over the course of the next 2 days that there's a high chance that they're not going to feel normal.
Okay.
Yeah, you probably already have felt some of that this week. Typically the last week, sometimes the last 2 weeks of the act can be pretty atrocious. I've regretted every single end of act game I've played. But
So maybe I shouldn't play today?
you could get reps in. You also have the alt account if you
Yeah.
just want to get some reps in. It's really not a big deal either way. If you think about the sample size as a whole, it's not a big deal. So
End of episode games are even worse.
yeah. So yeah, I just did want to quickly mention that just in case. But other than that, I mean, congratulations on getting silver 3 on the main. That's a big milestone. Let's go. Obviously you got gold on the alt account, so we're trying to match that, but we're seeing progress. Like even just on the brief round I looked at on defense, like you're playing off your turret a lot better than we were like 2 or 3 weeks ago. So
Oh yay.
that's progress. Maybe it was, yeah, I think 3-4 weeks ago. Yeah, this one, 15. So, I mean, we're making progress on that front.
Good to hear.
Cool, cool. Let's wrap up there. Say bye to Felix. No, I don't want to move my camera.
Bye, Felix.
Bye, Felix. Sunbathing right now. Cool. I will catch you same time next week. And just reach out if you have any questions.
Sounds good. Thank you so much for your time
Likewise, good luck on
and
the
your
games.
expertise.
Yeah, hopefully it
Bye.
helps. Peace, peace. See ya. See ya, chat. All right, chat. I'm gonna send you guys over to Path stream, just because I believe they are also going to play some ranked games. So, you guys over there, if you guys want to watch Path play some ranked games, hopefully implement some of the things we talked about. I am going to hop out of here. I don't think I have anything else to say. Good luck on your ranked games. Have a good day. Have a good week. Happy Monday. Drink water. Good team go. Peace out.